Alright YouTube, so we have a very minor update for Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it's that Square Enix is looking to hire level planners for the game. Now before we get into it, what you are seeing in the background is not from Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's actually from Crisis Core. It's one of my favorite scenes in all of gaming. Crisis Core I think is a great game. I just got sick of using the same two goddamn trailers every single time we talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake, because they haven't released a new trailer for us. Anyways, let's get into this little bit of Final Fantasy VII Remake news. Considering the fact we have no release date for Final Fantasy VII Remake yet, in addition to how little we've heard of the game in the past few months, it's fair to assume that there's still a while to go yet before we get our hands on the game. However, it seems like Square Enix might be ramping up production on the game since a new job posting by the Japanese publisher seems to be looking to hire a new level design planner to work on the upcoming RPG. The job ad linked above is in Japanese, but a rough translation suggests that Square Enix are looking for a new level planner to construct workflow for in-game locations and work on level design for them as well. While they've rendered the assets they want to use in the game, they're now looking for planners with experience with Unreal Engine 4 to put them into use. Interestingly enough, having played the original Final Fantasy VII doesn't seem to be a prerequisite to apply for the job. Really quickly, we're going to look at this separate article that kind of broke down the translation of that job listing. It says, Final Fantasy VII Remake has all functions and contents implemented. We are constantly examining the program within the development team. But while it is satisfying to say that the original is reproduced with high quality graphics, it is a step further to the quality that can meet the expectations of fans. We have reached a conclusion that we should aim for. So we will work on the creation of this big title by setting up core members of various professions such as level planner, battle planner, designer, engineer, including existing members in the production of Final Fantasy VII Remake. For those who apply this time, I expect to be an active member of this core member. Bit of a rough translation there at the end, kind of caught me off guard, but there is an obvious negative, but there's also a positive to all this information that we've just read over. The fact that they are still setting up teams for like a level planner, battle planner, designer, and engineer sounds to me like they are still very far behind when it comes to this game even being close to being finished. Like, that sucks, dude. We've been hearing about it forever. A lot of people have been telling me that they're super far behind within production, and I've been hopeful for a very long time, but it sounds like now we have a bit of confirmation that there's going to be a long wait till this game comes out. The upside to all of this information is the fact that it sounds like they are officially going to start really buckling down and finishing this game, or starting on this game, whatever it is that they're doing. I don't even know at this point if they have anything at all in this game. Like, it doesn't sound like they're super far behind, because they said that they have assets that they have rendered in the game. They just need people to put it into use in Unreal Engine 4. It sounds like they have, like, maybe levels finished, potentially. They just don't have, like, how you're going to play the level, where you're going to go, what locations are accessible, or some shit like that, potentially. I'm not entirely sure what it means. I'm not a video game designer. But at the same time, we had the first part of that translation that says Final Fantasy VII Remake has all functions and contents implemented. Like, that sounds like they might be far along. I don't exactly know. I'm a bit confused here. But the main thing to take away from all of this is that they are about to ramp up production on the game. Whether or not they are far along in any kind of capacity, we don't really know. But the good thing to know is that we might be getting a bunch of information going forward. 2018 should hopefully be a good year for information on the game. Probably not a release date, but maybe sometime, hopefully, son of a bitch, we get a trailer. You guys already know what it is if you're regulars to the channel. I try to cover anything and everything that I think is worthy of talking about when it comes to Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I honestly feel like I have my own like little corner of YouTube carved out, because I don't feel like anybody else really talks about this shit, outside the articles, of course, that I'm covering. People have been telling me for a while to expect a 2020 release date, and I'm kind of leaning towards that these days. I do think we'll get some more information to some degree about the game in 2018, but since it seems like they got a ways to go until the game's complete, I don't expect, any sort of release date anytime soon. Anyways, if you guys went on to enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, turn on notifications, follow me on Twitter at @TheDashingDavid. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Stop! You'll destroy us all.
That's no way to talk to a hero! and Jill. Out of my way! Genesis! Just a scrape. I'll be fine. Don't worry. Even if the morrow is barren of promises, nothing shall forestall my return.